Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention? Welcome to Mount Wachusett Community College commencement. That clock on the wall is actually a tad slow. It's actually about 10 minutes of. In about 10 minutes, the graduates are going to be coming in. About 5 or 8 minutes before that, these doors will close, and so if you leave your seats, you won't be able to get back in until the processional comes in. So I'd advise, if you can, to remain in your seats till after they come in. If you have to use the restrooms, it's better to wait till after they come in so that you're not in transition and stuck out in the hallway. Also want to bring to your attention, we have exit doors in the back right here and over to the right here, and also the back and the front on the other side. So should we have a fire alarm or any emergency exit, go to your closest exit and we will assist you out. Thank you. Have a nice time.
membership in ASCAP now.
What's that?
You're eligible for membership in ASCAP now.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You ready, my friends?
Ready? All right, you get three.
Who's counting?
1, 2.
You know that stuff, Pete? I'm not Pete. It sounded like Pete on your Joan gave me said, some guy named Pete called you. It's Steve. Yeah.
Who's Pete?
The American Brass Band Journal. Familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Who's Pete? Pete Sorelli?
No, it sounded like Pete on the message that you left. So
Oh.
Joan came up, some guy named Pete called you. So
You're Pete from now on.
she couldn't hear it. It wasn't clear on the voice message.
Hey, they built a cathedral.
Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by MWCC class of 2013 graduate, Miss Whitney Doucette.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the invocation by MWCC alumna, the Reverend Susan Sohosky Brown.
Please, we can say an invocation and call on all that is good with you seated as well as standing, so please sit. You know, for some of you, this time ends years of cobbling together a course here and a class there. For some, it's been a straight path from high school to college. For some, it's a zigzag path through struggles and victories, gains and losses. For some, it's a stepping stone for more education, more training, more job opportunities. For all of us, though, it is a time to give thanks, to pause and give thanks and praise. And therefore, with pride and joy in you, tonight's graduates, guests, retiring professors, community leaders, special guests, and award winners, let us be full of gratitude and hope. And called by a myriad of names, dear and precious God, as we enter this graduation service, let us say thank you to parents and partners, family and friends who did more so that we could study and research and write and attend classes, to coworkers and neighbors who remembered that you were engaged in studies and asked, how is it going? To college staff, professors and instructors and fellow students who supported and challenged and lent help so that you could be here tonight. And to the board members, deans, vice presidents, and the president who have over and over demonstrated a commitment to education and have dedicated themselves to Mount Wachusett Community College so that you could be here tonight. It is good to give thanks. And now to all who sit beside you, behind you, and in front of you, all who came here to be with you tonight to watch you walk across this stage and listen for your name. Let us take a moment to turn to one another and say thanks and congratulations. And it is so right and fitting that we take time to express our gratitude and to give thanks for all that is our life, and especially for this night full of promise. I thank you for the honor of being here with you to give voice to your joyful feelings, and may your futures be bright and hope-filled. And may you use your education to bring love, harmony, and joy into the world. And may all that is holy and precious rest upon each and every one of you as you move into the future. May it be so. Amen, shalom, and peace be with us all.
I would ask that the veterans in our graduating class and all veterans present in the audience this evening, please stand. I am honored to announce that the 2018 Mount Wachusett Community College graduating class includes 28 students who are veterans representing all branches of the military. Many are wearing commencement regalia noting their service. Please join me in applauding their accomplishments as well as their service to all veterans here tonight. Welcome to Mount Wachusett Community College. My name is Vincent Iolenti, and I am the Interim Vice President of Academic Affairs. President Vanderhoeven, with your permission, the commencement exercises will now begin. I am honored to present Robert Antonioni, Chair of the Board of Trustees of Mount Wachusett Community College.
Good evening, and welcome to the 53rd commencement of Mount Wachusett Community College. This ceremony is now convened. We are here this evening to honor the success and achievements of our graduates and to extend our appreciation to others. Accordingly, the first order of business will be to, on behalf of the trustees of Mount Wachusett Community College, offer our congratulations and best wishes to our 764 graduates. Congratulations. Be proud of your achievements as you have accomplished much. Your stories are varied, and many of you have overcome significant obstacles to be here tonight. You're ready to graduate and to enter the workforce or to transfer to continue your education. I can assure you that the education you have received here at Mount Wachusett Community College is of the highest quality and that you are academically and career ready to take the next step on your journey. I would be remiss at this time if I did not acknowledge those who are here this evening to celebrate your success. Your family, relatives, friends, and colleagues. Please give them a round of applause. Next, I would like you to join us to acknowledge and honor our faculty and staff who have dedicated themselves in every way possible to assist you along the way and to provide you with the quality of education you have received. I would now ask the faculty and staff of Mount Wachusett Community College to stand and be recognized for a moment. And last but not least, I would like to welcome the Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Governor Charlie Baker, for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here tonight. Governor, thank you. It is now my honor and duty at this time to charge the President of the college with full responsibility for this evening's commencement ceremony and for the conferring of the degrees of the Associate of Science and Associate in Arts upon the recommendation of the Board of Trustees the faculty of the college, and as directed by the Massachusetts Department of Higher Education. Would you please join me in giving a warm welcome to our president, Dr. James Vanderhoeven, who will now lead the graduation ceremony.
Thank you, Chairman Antonioni, Governor Baker, members of the Board of Trustees, Reverend clergy, distinguished guests, members of the MWCC Foundation, alumni, faculty, staff, friends, neighbors, and most of all to the graduates. Welcome to the 53rd Commencement Ceremony of Mount Wachusett Community College. It is my distinct honor to introduce members of the platform party and distinguished guests who do not have a speaking role, and I will ask each person to stand briefly after their name is called and for all applause to be held until the introductions are complete. From our Board of Trustees, Trustee and Foundation Board Member Richard Sella, Trustee Amanda Curtis, Trustee Claire Frieda, Trustee Denise Goslin, Trustee Donata Martin, Trustee Kenneth Tomasetti, and Student Trustee Gina Villafone. From our legislative delegation, joining us today, the Honorable State Senator Ann Goby, the Honorable State Senator Dean Tran, and I'd like to welcome his wife, Carrie, the Honorable State Representative Susanna Whips, who sends her regards, the Honorable State Representative John Zlotnick, and the Honorable Mayor of Gardner and MWCC alum, Mayor Mark Hawk. Thank you. From the college, Vice Presidents Rachel Frick-Cardet, Robert Labonte, Diane Ruxnitis, Leanne Scales, Joseph Stisso. VPs, did you all stand? Oh, that was fast, okay. Also in the audience joining us today, MWCC Foundation Board members Jeannie Connolly, Eve Marie Syrianak, Jim Garrison, Raymond LaFond, and Roy Nascimento. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Some folks who are very, very important to our college and to the success of our students. Stephen Brewer, former state senator and key advocate for Mount Wachusett students and an advocate for the residents of North Central Massachusetts. Ed and Helen Lepkowski. Helen was in attendance at our first commencement in 1966. And Ed is a former trustee of the college, and both are former Service Above Self recipients. We are also joined by Mrs. Joyce LaFontaine. Let's welcome them here this evening. Thank you. Now, to our graduates, last year, it was soon after I started as president here, and I kind of made a big deal because during the commencement, I did something that we're not sure that anybody had ever done, and it was take a selfie with the graduates from the stage. Have you all heard about that? Apparently, I became known as the selfie president. I don't take that many selfies, but you know what? I have an idea, and I'm wondering if I could maybe get some help. I'd like to take a picture, another selfie with the graduates, but Governor Baker, would you join me for it? He's a lot taller than I am. Thank you. Perseverance, teamwork, overcoming challenges, problem solving, critical thinking, and facts. In order to arrive at this time and in this place, every single one of you must have mastered each of those things. You persevered through difficult times. You worked closely with your classmates and your faculty to accomplish goals and great things both inside and outside of the classroom. You were faced with challenges, whether they were academic, whether they had to do with transportation, whether they had to do with childcare, whether they were financial, or even willpower. And you responded by overcoming each and every one of them. You were presented with problems and you solved them. You developed strategies to critically think about the world, and you figured out a way to find your place in it. And yes, you learned some facts along the way. But to commence means to begin. I have always preferred the term commencement to graduation because you have responsibility now. The responsibility that comes with this degree is that you take what you've learned here for the betterment of your communities, for your families, and for yourselves. Whether you are entering directly into the workforce, whether you're going to transfer on for a bachelor's degree, carry and take seriously the responsibility that you've earned here to do great things. On behalf of the faculty, the staff, and the Board of Trustees, congratulations on commencing today. Tonight, I am pleased to introduce to you Jonathan Marshall. Jonathan, please join me up here. Jonathan is the co-founder of the LINK program and is graduating with an LAS degree. Identifying as a person in recovery from substance abuse, Jonathan returned to Mount Wachusett Community College in 2016 and has received a 4.0 GPA since he restarted. MWCC has been a powerful beacon of hope and encouragement in Jonathan's life, and his resilient message is inspiration. Jonathan, I would like to hear your student speech. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Vanderhoeven. I first enrolled into Mount Wachusett Community College in the fall semester of 2011. Born and raised in Gardner, I attended the public schools, graduated from Gardner High, and was now a new student at MWCC. The campus, the classes, and the teachers were all new to me, though I brought the same mentality that I had throughout high school, making it feel quite familiar. In high school, I partook in what I considered to be recreational drug use. Keeping with this familiar pattern, I continued to use in college. The thing about drug use is that it does not get better over time. It only progressively gets worse. I was a liberal arts and sciences major and aspired to be an English teacher. I tiptoed through my first semester with subpar grades and crawled into my second semester with my extracurricular activities taking priority over my studies. So much so that I stopped attending class entirely halfway through my spring semester. 2 years of progressive active addiction followed. It was bleak, and I would often reminisce on my old goals. Pipe dreams, I would think to myself. Several close friends and classmates started to lose their battles with drugs, and I was forced to look at myself, something I had avoided at all costs. I recall looking at my reflection with disdain because I knew that I was meant for more. I had dreams and ambitions that had all gone to the wayside. These self-deprecating thoughts were the foundation on which I started my redirection. Only when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the fear of change will we change. Regretfully and stubbornly admitting my hopeless state, I turned to recovery on May 21st of 2014. Thank you. Thank you. I had decided that I was no longer happy with the man in the mirror and was finally willing to do something about it. I put together 30 days drug-free and moved to Texas to take a job working in commercial glass. My train of thought was that a change of scenery and a new career would complement my newly changed life. I continued to work on my recovery and stayed at this job for 2 years. Though I was grateful for the position, I knew that I was meant for more. Every day working in glass, I was forced to look at my reflection. I was increasingly growing unhappier with what I saw, knowing that I was not fulfilling my potential. It took 2 years for me to work up the courage to again face the fear of change. I then made the decision to move back to Gardner to return to MWCC and finish my degree. Stuffing everything I could fit into my car, I left Texas in August of 2016 and drove home. Returning to school this time felt different. I brought an entirely new attitude with me. Previously, I went to school because that was simply what I thought I was supposed to do. This time around, I was in school because I wanted to be in school. Throughout my recovery, I learned that I enjoyed helping and working with people, so I began work in the human service field and carving out my career goals. I want to be a psychologist, to work with others affected by addiction as I was. Setting these goals only fueled my fire. School being my #1 priority, I focused on my studies above all else. I spent the extra hours with tutors, I did the extra credit assignments, I discussed my struggles with my professors, and as a result, I achieved consistently good grades. Since my return to school, I have earned straight A's. I don't think this correlates with intelligence, but instead with drive. Now, I'm not telling my story for any kind of praise, nor am I telling it for pity. I'm telling my story because, in reflection, I have identified a theme: to never stop growing. When I looked at myself in the mirror while I was abusing drugs, I was unsatisfied. So much so that I did something about it. When I was forced to stare at my reflection in windows on the side of buildings from hydraulic lifts in the West Texas sun, I was unsatisfied. At this point, again, I was unsatisfied with myself enough to do something about it. The only successes I have made started with an honest, deep, reflective look at myself. Today, I don't fear change. I fear contentment. I never want to be satisfied. I never want to fall prey to complacency. I strive for more. Today, when I look at my reflection in the mirror, I'm not unhappy. Instead, I'm hopeful that years from now, when I look at my reflection, it's from an entirely different mirror, and I hope it's an entirely different man looking back at me. When I was returning to school, there was no other option. It had to be the Mount. I was 2,000 miles away and lived down the street from the local community college in Abilene, Texas. Yet still, I was enrolling in classes here. What makes Mount Wachusett Community College the school for me is the way that it accommodates all walks of life and backgrounds. I have found a home here within my network of human service, psychology, and substance abuse colleagues. This network will extend its reaches far past the windmills and the student center and into my continuing academic and professional career. Mount Wachusett Community College is a symbol of growth. Start near, go far is our trademark. We should let this be true. Whether you're going on to further your undergraduate studies or you're done school with the completion of your program, I urge you to never stop growing. Graduation day is a celebration for your diligence and hard work, but let it serve as a milestone and not an endpoint. Education is not exclusive to the classroom, and it doesn't end when the degree's in your hand. Education is a lifelong process. The moment you assume that you're done learning is the moment that you settle for complacency and restrict yourself from growing. Socrates once said, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." I hope that you continue to wonder outside of these halls, for the process of learning has no bounds and no end. Class of 2018, I encourage you to look in the mirror. I encourage you to challenge the person you see looking back at you. I sincerely hope that 5 years from now, you're looking at yourself in a totally new mirror. Maybe it's in the bathroom at your new job. Maybe it's in the reflection in the pool at your new home. Or maybe it's in a selfie that President Vanderhoeven took with you on Instagram. Wherever it is, please don't find contentment. Please do not settle. You are a work in progress for all of time, but progress will not be made without work. You don't know what you don't know, but you will never learn what you don't strive to learn. I ask that you continue to grow. I ask that your reflection looks back at you, motivated, ambitious, and goal-oriented. I ask that you remember the growth that took place over your course of study, and that you realize the growth that can take place over the course of your life. Class of 2018, it's the end of this phase and the beginning of a million more. There are endless places to go and things to see, but only so much time for you to experience them all. Take what you've learned, take the growth you have endured, and continue on this path. If even the potholes in the Mount parking lots can be fixed, I assure you that your obstacles are surmountable and your goals attainable. Let us not revel in the growth that we have overcame, but the growth that we are to overcome, the heights that we are to reach, and the lives that we are to lead. As Martin Luther King said, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. When a baby bird leaves its nest for the first time, it takes an actual leap of faith. The baby bird has never flown before, yet it leaps from its nest and places its trust in the forces of lift, gravity, and its own muscle strength to keep it afloat. Class of 2018, it's time to take that jump, and I encourage you to trust that you will soar. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Talk about an inspiration. It is now my honor to present this year's Service Above Self Award. I would like to introduce you to someone who has spent his life advancing the cause of civic engagement. He has a tremendous commitment and unselfish dedication to the improvement of humankind, often at the expense of his own leisure. It is with great honor that I welcome to the podium Nathaniel Johnson, the recipient of the Mount Wachusett Community College 2018 Presidential Commendation and Service Above Self Award. We are proud to present this year's Service Above Self Award to Nate Johnson for the tremendous impact that he has made in the greater community. Congratulations, Nate. It now gives me great pleasure to present the Alumnus of the Year to Mr. Armand Savoy. You join me on the... Mr. Savoy is an engineer, now retired, whose career took him all over the globe. His associate degree in mechanical engineering that he received in 1979 is his highest formal degree. He put that degree to good use as he innovated and created for the Collier Kenworth Company and then McNeil Engineering, eventually securing 54 patents over the course of his career. We are proud to honor Mr. Savoy as our 2018 Alumnus of the Year. Congratulations, son. At this time, I am honored to introduce to you your 2018 commencement speaker. We are delighted to welcome the Governor of Massachusetts, Charlie Baker. Governor Baker has been a strong advocate for innovation in education. His administration has been particularly focused on aligning education with workforce development and providing students with more opportunities for college and dual enrollment opportunities. I have also been impressed with our governor and our legislative delegation, many of whom are here tonight, for working together to benefit the Commonwealth. Your collaboration is inspiring. And Governor Baker was inaugurated as the 72nd governor of Massachusetts in 2015. Prior to serving as governor, he served as a cabinet secretary to both Governor Weld and Zaleski, and as CEO of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, one of the nation's highest-ranked healthcare providers. He brings energy and a thoughtful approach to everything he does. Please join me in welcoming our governor, the Honorable Charlie Baker.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, Jonathan, I just want to start by saying I never saw 4 ever as a student in high school or college, and I would love to borrow one from you if you have one lying around. I also want to wish you luck on your next 1,455 days of growth and success. That was a wonderful speech, and I'm incredibly grateful that you were willing to share your story with all of us here today. So good afternoon, everybody, and I especially want to wish the very best to the graduates and to their families. And I very much appreciate this opportunity to speak today. And while we honor the graduates today and recognize your accomplishments, I hope you know that that journey, the path that wherever it took you to get here, is what really matters. Now, true confessions, I've been to 3 of my own graduations: high school, college, and grad school. I don't remember who spoke at my high school graduation. German Chancellor Helmut Kohl spoke at my college graduation, but I have no idea what he said. And General Motors CEO Roger Smith spoke at my B school graduation, and I have no idea what he said either. So I recognize the extremely high bar I have to climb over today to say something worthwhile and perhaps memorable to all of you. Let's be really simple about this. Be constructive, be positive, and focus on what works instead of on what doesn't. I had a meeting a few years ago with a community activist to talk about his community. He went on and on and on about all the things that weren't working. I dutifully took notes and asked questions, but after about an hour of this, I put my pen down and I looked at him and I said, "Tell me about something that is working in your community." He was literally struck speechless. There was an awkward silence. That dragged on for a couple of minutes, where he stared at me and I stared back at him. And I finally broke it by saying, "You've lived there for most of your life. Tell me something good." He couldn't do it. To this day, it remains one of the strangest and most illuminating meetings I ever had. It's relatively easy to let the stuff that isn't working weigh you down. Exams, classes, family, friends, social life, social media, and just maybe politics. And sometimes the forest really does disappear through the trees. Force yourselves to see beyond them. The fact that you're here today means that you have the ability, when you choose to do so, to see the forest, and you should never forget that, because that is a choice you make. I'm not saying ignorance is bliss, or that anyone should go through life willfully blind to the challenges and hardships that we all endure. What I am saying is that the choice about how you deal with all of that ultimately belongs to you. When I ran for governor for the first time in 2010 and lost to former Governor Deval Patrick, that hurt a lot. No doubt about it. But I got a phone call shortly after the election that gave me a chance to regain some perspective. A young man called me and said he was organizing the Boston location of a national robotics competition that would take place a few weeks later at the Agganis Arena at Boston University. And he asked if I would come speak to the teams that were participating in the contest to kick off the morning. I thought about it, and I said, "Sure. What do you want me to talk about?" He paused for a minute, and then he said, "I want you to come talk about why it's okay to fail." Now, my first thought was, you are very lucky you are not standing right in front of me at that particular moment. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought it was a great idea. Because you know what? It is okay to fail. How many cliches have we all heard at some point along the way in our lives about the fact that success is a bumpy road? The road is never straight, and the path always involves ups and downs. Most folks who do succeed in almost anything fail at some point along the way. Abraham Lincoln lost 4 more elections than he won. J.K. Rowling, who introduced the world to millions of people about Harry Potter and captivated young and old alike with her multi-layered stories about good and evil, had more than a few wrong turns along her way to cult hero status. Now we live in a time when we tend to oversimplify almost every story to make it fit into a short, clearly defined 140, sometimes 280 character narrative. But life is a lot messier than that. The twists and turns along the way that teach us things we never knew about life, our jobs, our friends, and ourselves give us a chance to grow in one of 2 directions. Embrace the chance to learn from your mistakes and grow up. Miss the chance and grow old before your time. And my wife is the most positive person I know. She lights up a room whenever she's in it. Little story about my wife, which is not in my script. Some of you may know that there was a poll that came out recently that said I had a 70% favorability rating, which is the highest in the country for any governor. So I came home on a cloud, stormed in the door, and said, "Honey, I have great news. I have a 70% favorability rating, the highest in the country." And without even looking up from whatever she was doing, she said, "Well, you know, in our house, 70 is a C." It's my wife. She also said one time, we've been married for 30 years. We were watching our wedding video, which is something we tend to do every once in a while on our anniversary. And she looked at me and she said, 30 years, it really feels like 30 minutes. And I thought, that's so nice. And she said, underwater. Now, she's raised with a little help from me, 3 kids who can see the bright side of almost anything. And I marvel at their optimism, just as I marvel at yours. But I also know that their faith in themselves and their future is a big part of their drive to improve, to overcome, and to succeed. And I've watched them fight their way through troubled waters, shake off disappointments, and challenge themselves in ways that make me proud. And in many cases, they remind me of my parents. I never met 2 kinder people, and they would hear me out on pretty much anything as I was a kid and as I grew up. But they had no time for whining or self-pity. They raised us to play the hand, whatever the cards, with optimism and grace. Then about 13 years ago, my mom got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I had a chance to watch my parents practice what they preached to all of us. I'm sure many of you know that Alzheimer's is a cruel disease. Over time, years usually, it robs you of your memory, your awareness, your capacity to process information and make decisions, and ultimately, the very essence of who you are. Because it doesn't happen all at once, you fade in and out of periods of lucidity, at least in the early years, where you know what's going on, but you're pretty much powerless to do much about it. Now, when my mom faded in, she never complained. She'd tell us how much she appreciated those moments with us and with my kids, her grandchildren, and how much she loved her time with my father and how embarrassed she was about her inability to do the things she used to do with ease. And then she'd fade out. And over time, the time that she was with us got shorter, and the time that she was not got longer. My dad never complained. He always said, "She took care of us. Now we take care of her." And he was glad to do it. Eventually, she needed round-the-clock care, so they moved into a continuing care community, and my dad visited her every single day. And when my mom no longer knew who he was or who we were, he kept visiting every day. And when I asked him why he kept going, he said something I'll never forget. "It doesn't matter if she knows who I am when I visit with her. What matters is that I know who she is." That was grace. and love and dignity and optimism, something that my parents showed us over and over and over again late in life. And the message from them was they could still play the hand, even when the cards were cruel and unrelenting. Be positive, be constructive, and focus on what works. You know, there's a million cliches out there that say the same thing. Don't let the turkeys get you down. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Where's Kimberly Cook? There you are. Could you just stand up for a minute? Thank you. Nice hat. Now, 2 weeks ago, she was honored along with 28 student leaders, one from each public college campus, at a State House ceremony. And she embodies the simple message I'm trying to deliver to you all today. She served as the Student Government Association Sophomore Representative, Secretary for MWCC's chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. She's a member of Sigma Alpha Phi National Leadership Society and is a member of the Student Nursing Association. She's also very active in the community, participating on the board of the Chair City Lions, this is a girl after my own heart, an American youth football organization in Gardner, and volunteers with the Wachusett Medical Reserve Corps and at her children's schools. She's a mom to 3 kids, has a 3.6 GPA, navigating the very competitive nursing program at MWCC. She's an example and an inspiration to us all. Congratulations, Kim. Now you start today, and I'm with the president on this one, you start today as graduates of a terrific institution. Make the most of it. Be constructive, be positive, and focus on what works. And you play that hand, no matter how the cards get dealt. God bless and good luck.
Thank you, Governor Baker, for your inspirational words, humor, advice, and perspective. I am now pleased to present Interim Vice President of Student Affairs, Jason Zaleski, who will announce the Special Commencement Awards.
Thank you and good evening. Each year, the college presents special commencement awards to outstanding students, faculty, and staff who have distinguished themselves for their academic excellence and for their outstanding contributions through co-curricular involvement in community service activities. I would first like to invite President Vanderhoeven to return to the podium to recognize a truly phenomenal group of retiring members of the Mount Wachusett Community College family who have recently received the honor of Emeritus status for their outstanding contributions in service to this college. President Vanderhoeven.
The faculty, staff, and trustees have decided to honor in a special way their colleagues by bestowing the Emeritus Emerita Award. This designation is not one to be taken lightly. In order to be nominated for this award, a faculty or staff member must have rendered at least 10 years of extraordinary service to this college, its students, and its community. The following have received this award at the May 7th Assembly meeting: Vice President Jacqueline Belrose, Professor Marianne Kane, Health Education and Health Services Coordinator Diane King, Professor Peter Kaufman, Vice President Vincent Iolenti, Professor Yoav Elenevsky, and Professor William Welsh. Please join me in a round of applause for our recipients of Emeritus.
Thank you, President Vanderhoeven, and congratulations to this year's Emeritus recipients. The President's Key is traditionally awarded to the graduating student or students who have demonstrated exemplary academic performance in their programs of study and who have done so by completing all of their degree requirements here at Mount Wachusett. In past years, we have given this award to the 2 graduating students with the highest grade point averages. This year, I am pleased to announce that 10 students have earned a perfect 4.0 while meeting all of the requirements of this particular honor. These students certainly deserve our highest recognition. During last week's Evening of Excellence, these outstanding students were presented with awards to honor their superlative academic achievements. Tonight, I would ask each of these students to please stand and be recognized as I read your name as this year's recipient of the prestigious President's Keys Award. Please stand as I read your name and remain standing until I announce all names. Audience, if you could please hold your applause until I read all of our award winners. Guillermo Alvarado, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Tara Dugan, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Caitlin R. Fales, Business Administration Transfer. Ann Giaquinto Scott, Allied Health and Complementary Healthcare. Crystal M. Hansen, Computer Information Systems and IT Support Specialist. Jared Kuzwara, Computer Information Systems. Sophia G. McDonald Games, Early Childhood Education Transfer. Allison P. Rawls, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Paula Rosario, Business Administration Transfer and Accounting Bookkeeping. And finally, Thomas Sutherland, Liberal Arts and Sciences. Congratulations to the 10 of you for your superior academic performance. Thank you. Each year, Mount Wachusett awards the Dean's Key to the graduating student or students who, in the opinion of the senior student affairs staff, have made the most outstanding contribution to the life and spirit of the college through active participation in student activities, service to our community, and who have demonstrated goodwill toward faculty and fellow students. These awards were also given at the annual Evening of Excellence ceremony last week. I just want to take a moment to recognize this year's outstanding recipients. Our first Dean's Key recipient was Ashley Mchugh. Ashley was active in student government and served as the segmental advisor on the Massachusetts Board of Higher Education as the voice representing all community college students in the Commonwealth. Ashley has already stood up. Can we please recognize her fantastic achievements? Thank you, Ashley, and congratulations. Our second Dean's Key Award was given to a team of students. You have already met Jonathan Marshall, tonight's student commencement speaker, and I want to introduce you to Ramsey Claytor. Jonathan and Ramsey co-founded The Link, a peer-to-peer mentorship program designed to support our students and prospective students who are in recovery. The link has been recognized in North Central Massachusetts and now across the country as a model program that restores the optimism and dignity of individuals who are battling addiction, embracing their recovery, and improving their lives through education. Ramsey, John, please rise so that we can recognize your transformative work and dedicated service to our community. Thank you. The final awards to mention this evening, before we get to your degrees, of course, are the Curriculum Awards. At the annual Evening of Excellence Awards last week, an outstanding student in each curriculum was recognized. The names of these recipients are printed in your commencement program under the heading Curriculum Awards. Please join me now in congratulating each of these students for their incredible achievements. Congratulations to all of our graduates. We are so proud of your accomplishments. It is now my pleasure to reintroduce Vice President Yelenti, who will begin the process of conferring your degrees.
Thank you, Vice President Zaleski. At this time, I refer you to the commencement program that contains the names of our graduating class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my honor to present the candidates for graduation from the class of 2018 to President Vanderhoeven. Assisting with the presentation of the diplomas is Vice President of Student Services, Jason Zaleski, and Vice President of Lifelong Learning and Workforce Development, Rachel Frick-Cardet. Please withhold your applause until all of the diplomas have been presented and the President has officially conferred the degrees. Jonathan Matthew Kliski Marshall, student speaker, Dean's Key recipient, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Jennifer Lamontagne, Commonwealth Honors Scholar, Associate of Science in Media Arts and Technology, Photography. Alfosina Leamuya, Commonwealth Honors Scholar, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Allison Rawls, President's Key recipient, Commonwealth Honors Scholar, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Jeremy Rawls, Commonwealth Honors Scholar, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Okay. Jacqueline Vokey, Commonwealth Honors Scholar, Associate of Science in Business Administration, Certificate in Accounting Bookkeeping, Certificate in Business Administration, Certificate in Small Business Management. The following students are members of the Student Government Association. Olivia Howes, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Ashley Mchugh, Student Government Association, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. And this evening, Ashley is being presented her diploma by her mother, Susan Mchugh, Mount Wachusett Community College's Chief Information Officer. Taylor Ramo, Student Government Association, Associate of Science in Disciplinary Studies. Isabel Salvatore, Student Government Association, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences. Allison Marie Boys, Associate Degree in Art. Ruth Major, Associate Degree in Art. Terrence Michael Marks. Olivia Ouellette. Kalblagenge Tima Subramanian. Aralyn White. The following students are receiving an Associate of Arts degree in Liberal Arts in Sciences. Larry Agnelli. Gilmary Alvarado. Sonia Aviles. Lynn Mary Ayers. Shelby Ayers. Donnie Bobacci. Jalen Blanchard. Morgan Noel Blavakis. Kelly Chichalfi. Lindsay Calderwood. Jillian Cormier. Desiree Crosby. Carrie DaCosta. Marcus Damian Delgado. Victor De Oliveira. Megan DeVito. Jonathan Fiera. Kali Duguay. Elizabeth Fogel. Marissa Janelle Gallant. Oh, got it. Peter Giannakopoulos. Brianna Hewins. Stephen Houchins. Robert Douglas Hoyt, Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts and Sciences, and Associate of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies. Kayla Johnson. Elizabeth Jones. Peter Javik K. Slobo. Lila Keenan. Trevor James Lacasse. Daniel Larrabee. Sorry. Esther Larsh. Victoria Lilly. Euster Makoko. Jean Kanyi Munda Makalela. Joshua Mandalio. Noah Stanley Mononji. Feliciana Montoya. Kelly Moore. Jessica Lee Pritchard. Devontae Proctor. Stephanie Kathleen Putnam. Rebecca Racine. Mark Anthony Ramos. Mary Elizabeth Remillard. Daniel Gerard Richards, Jr. Alden Shane Reynolds. Aiden Shane Reynolds, sorry. Alexandra Rodriguez. Russell Robershot. Jasmine Ruiz. Nicholas Peter Russo. Kathleen Samalas. Kirsten Samalas. Kirsten Samalas. Josue Salcido. Josue. John Sodias Somalaris III. Second. One less. Jareth Skelton. Michael Aaron Smith. Austin Stacy. Brianna Faith Stevens. Thomas Sutherland, President's Key recipient. Holly Tata. Sarah Urbina. Rachel Lynn Woodman. Hannah Zani. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in Biotechnology, Biomanufacturing. Justin Gerard. Marilyn Milligan. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in Business Administration career. Ashley Arsenault. Natalie Castro de Rosa. Jennifer Nicole Davey. John Garvey. Tammy Goodjohn, Associate of Science in Business Administration career, Associate of Science in Human Services, Certificate in Business Administration, Certificate in Human Services Technician. Matilda Hayes. Jessica Nunez. Jennifer Smith, Certificate in Accounting, Bookkeeping, and Associate of Science in Business Administration career. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Business Administration career, Accounting. Danielle Lynn Chavez. Gabrielle Christensen. Joshua Hagan. Josiah Hagan, sorry. Elizabeth Lapon. Gregory Lewis Reynolds. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Business Administration transfer. Amanda Betancourt. Jonathan Daniel Cabrera. Jason Kalecki. Amber Dignan. Caitlin Fales. Timothy Hood. Jamie Parker. Angelique Reyno. Katia Evelise Rosa. Paula Rosario, President's Key recipient and Certificate in Accounting Bookkeeping, as well as Associate of Science in Business Administration. Letitia Sagwe. Nicholas John Taverna. Jacob Von Hillo. Timothy Michael Whalen, Jr. Megan Marie Williams. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Complementary Health Care. Ann Giaquinto Scott, President's Key recipient, an Associate of Science in Complementary Health Care and a Certificate in Allied Health. The following students are receiving an Associate degree in Computer Information Systems. David Adam. Carrie Arnott. Cameron Barry. Romulo Cataldo. Brendan Conlon. Christopher Jackson. Jared Kuswara, sorry. Vivian Lilly. Sally Mwangi. Nicholas David Souders. Stephen Streaks. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Criminal Justice Corrections. Michael Sullivan. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Criminal Justice Law Enforcement. David Beletsky. Toriana Belko. Christina Rose Bruce. Michaela Canessa Giorello. Florencia Carniero. Nicholas James Coddington. Michaela German. Rachel Gremont. Emily Maley. Jill McLean. Mary Catherine Pierzrak. Scott Anthony Pluskanka. Isaac Daniel Prime. Yosmar Reynoso. Lakia Springfield. Tanari Valentin. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in dental hygiene. Elizabeth Campbell. Brianna Cormier. Tiffany Cunningham. Colleen Dombrowski. Charlie Hollins. Kaylee Lang. Linda McLean. Amanda Melanson. Jamaica Nicole Nance Garcia. Charlene Sapala. Justina Smith. Samantha Zanes. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in Early Childhood Education career. Terry Ray Alden, Certificate in Human Services Technician as well as Early Childhood career. Erin Auger. Crystal Michelle Mackey. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in Early Childhood Education transfer. Danielle Acevedo. Tiffany Bastarash. Crystal Adela Bovair. Chantel, sorry. Heather Dobbs. Ashley Gabrenis. Desiree Santana. Jalen Torres. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Graphic and Interactive Design. Eric Bolio. Jasmel Dockery. Jamal, I'm sorry. Dockery. Kristen Gaudette. Matthew Gommond. Jonathan Luke. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Health Information Management. Kimberly Mertel. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Human Services. Sheila Saliveri. Ramsey Claytor, Dean's Key recipient. Mary Catherine Crumpton. Bertha Dankos. Matthew Diaz. Courtney Ellen Emmond. Brianna Hache. Elise Hamblett. Kelly Marie Hillman. Sherry Ann Langloy, Certificate in Human Services, as well as Associate of Science in Human Services. Gina Marie Lemoyne, Associate of Science in Human Services and Certificate in Law Enforcement. Isabella Lilly. Linda Maha. Ashley Monroe. Jacqueline Morse. Sarah Elizabeth Pichet. Selena Evelyn Stacy. Sandra Surratt Narcisse. Laura Catherine Teves. Heidi Warren. The following students are receiving an Associate degree of Science degree in Interdisciplinary Studies. Jonathan Matthew Bluen. Elizabeth Bosselman. Daniel Alejandro Ferreira. Trevor Jeffrey Ledger. Kennedy Owino. Oh. In Melissa Paulus, Interdisciplinary Studies and Certificate in Substance Abuse Counseling. Anis Marie Santiago. Teresa Renee Tambling. Laura Esther Urdaneta. Chen Vu. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Interdisciplinary Studies, Allied Health. Marielle Alvarado. Dejani Talise Ashmore Acevedo. Allison Aucoin. Eliza Angelique Barrios. Rosamar Bonicena, Associate of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies and Certificate in Allied Health. Jennifer Lynn Burke. Daria Maria Cunningham. Melissa Del Valle. Del Valle. Paula Molina. Edna Karina Lopez. Justine Pottinger. Kelsey Rayner. Amelia Torres. Shania Alice Santiago. Brittany Velez. Hannah Woodward. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Legal Studies. Betty Coolidge and a Certificate in Medical Office. Jessica De Jesus, Certificate in Paralegal Studies as well as Associate in Legal Studies. Brianna Luchik. Megan Rothermel. Kimberly Salvador. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Media Arts and Technology. Carlos Baker. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Media Arts and Technology, Audio Engineering. Ulrich Eubanks. This evening, Ulrich will be presented his diploma by his father, Elmer Eubanks, Mount Wachusett Community College Assistant Professor of Business. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Media Arts and Technology, Photography. Nicole Diaz. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Media Arts and Technology, Video Film. Nicholas Bedini. Let's go! Nicholas Gruby. Joshua Needham. Christian E. Piscopo. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Medical Assisting. Jill Gordon, Associate of Science in Medical Assisting, Certificate in Medical Assisting. Melissa McMaster. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Medical Laboratory Technology. Catherine Jankowski. Yeah. Josephina Corson. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Natural Resources Management. Andrew Cullen. Amber Michelle Sands. Salvatore Taverna. Henry Valancourt. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Nursing. Matakawilu Abul Salam. Samuel Ajiman Prempe. Ashley Aker. Kelsey Maria Belair. Jacqueline Ashley Carty. Sadia Marie Clark. Andrea Conrad. Kimberly Ann Cook. Allison Correa. This evening, Allison is being presented her diploma by her mother, Gloria Correa, Mount Wachusett Community College's Assistant Director of Financial Aid. Sadie de Betancourt. Kiana Delgado. Melissa Denham. Abigail DeSimone. Jacqueline Bartlett Esparza. Ashley Ann Ferris. Crystal Flagg. Wenda Susan Flamia. Ashley Garceau. Leanne Gauthier. Melissa Gonzalez. Kristen Grants. Laura Guerin. Alexander Alexandra Annalise Hall. Danielle Faye Johns. Amanda King. Jason Karagu. Michaela Kozlowski. Michael Lanciani. Samantha Landry. Amanda Nicole Laquia. Ellie Lemieux. Eli Lemieux. Alex Mena. Abigail Massatelli. Frida Christine Naziwa. Michael Nile. Jane Mababazi. Michelle Nolette. Nilius Najuru. Jennifer Nancy Nadungu. Victoria Diane Ogdren. Karen Ann Paitala. Kelly Ramos. Barbara Ray. That's okay. You don't need that. Gisela Rosendi. Danica Savola. Savla. Mary Savit Laltong. Caitlin Souther. Miriam Sosi. Dawn Storer. Cassandra Tusick. Naomi Tucker. Rachel Sumasola Walker. Tracy Marie Webster. Mary Elizabeth White. Molly Margaret Wynand. Stephanie Ann Ronsky. The following students are receiving an Associate of Science degree in Paralegal. Jennifer Churchill. The following students are receiving an Associative Science degree in Physical Therapist Assistant. David Anderson. Brittany Bechtel. Adam Brown. Cameron Claremont. Erin Lynn Couch. Alec Gooddale. Catherine Herndon. Tyler Clash. Michelle Kuyumjian. Nicholas Mancuso. Christopher Monette. Cody Provost. Donna Slattery. Noel St. Martin. Nicole Ray Trovato. The following students are receiving a certificate in accounting bookkeeping. Andrejandra Mayorga Lecona. The following students are receiving a certificate in allied health. Brianna Coburn. Catherine Copeland. The following students are receiving a certificate in automotive technology. Joshua Dusso. The following students are receiving a certificate in complementary health care. Michaela Bacon. Michael Young. The following students are receiving a certificate in dental assisting. Jennifer Elizabeth Chasen. The following students are receiving a certificate in cybersecurity. Your name? Kenneth Maynard. The following students are receiving a certificate in Human Services Technician. Michael Anderson. Francis Coparan. Jennifer Garcia. Emily LeBlanc. Denise Perot. Carla Rivera. The following students are receiving a certificate in IT support specialist. Haley Bean. Tyler Del Chiai. Jonathan Shalelis, certificate in cybersecurity, certificate in IT support specialist. Andrew Morey. and Certificate in IT Support Specialist. Dominique Vaden, Certificate in Cybersecurity, Certificate in IT Support Specialist. The following students are receiving a certificate in Manufacturing Technology Mechatronics. Carlos Duran. Wendy Newcomb. The following students are receiving a certificate in Medical Assisting. Tricia Ducharme. Haley Greenwood. Morgan Elizabeth Kirker. Jasmine Destiny McCullough. Hannah Packard. Bethany Valois. The following students are receiving a certificate in medical coding. Katie Marie DuPont. The following students are receiving a certificate in medical office. Samuel Creasy. Alicia LaChance. Steffi Pichardo. Tina Minich. Natalia Rodriguez. Natalia Rodriguez, sorry. Adela Revasai. The following students are receiving a certificate in office assistant. Jamina De Leon. The following students are receiving a certificate in paralegal studies. Carly Anderson. Beatrice Boyden. The following students are receiving a certificate in personal training. Nimari Jeanette Rodriguez. The following students are receiving a certificate in small business management. Heather Maxwell. The following students are receiving a certificate in substance abuse counseling. Stephanie Buck. Danielle Flaherty. Elisa Lauren Nano. Chantel Woodson. Samantha Chappelle Stiles. Student Marshal, Student Government Association President, and Associative Arts and Liberal Arts and Sciences. Gina Villafone, Student Trustee, Student Government Association, Associative Science and Interdisciplinary Studies.
Are you ready for this part? How about family and friends? Are you ready for this part? By the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and as recommended by the faculty of the college and directed by the Board of Trustees of Mount Wachusett Community College, I hereby confer upon you the certificates, the degrees of Associate in Science and Associate in Arts with all the rights, honors, and privileges which pertain thereto. Congratulations.
All please rise for the benediction by the Reverend Susan Sahosky Brown. Following the benediction, we would ask that you remain in place until the platform party and the graduating class have departed. Please remember, everyone is invited to a reception in the College Commons immediately following the conclusion of the ceremony. Reverend Brown.
So, Holy One of Blessing, you use many ways to teach us lessons of life and to demonstrate that time, like an ever-flowing stream, carries us along the path of life. 41 years ago, I too walked across this stage and accepted my diploma and a hand, and I had no idea where my life was going to bring me, but it has been a lifelong full of learning. And for you, hold your dreams in front of you. Hold the faces of those you love in front of you. Hold the hope of the future in front of you, and go forth abundantly blessed. May you and your families be blessed 1,000 times over. It has begun. Go in peace and with God's blessing. Amen.